21st, 2025. On behalf of the members of the school board and Dr. Rogers, I welcome each of you present this evening and those who are watching on TV and online. We send our very best to Dr. Mitchell, our superintendent this evening. She is under the weather and we are going to proceed without her this evening. We are very happy to have Dr. Rogers with us, very competent to fill in, and we're going to try to make it quick for you, Dr. Rogers. So a quorum is present to transact the business of the school division. We will begin tonight's meeting with the invocation and pledge to the flag, and here to do the honors is Dr. Barnett, Executive Director of Secondary Schools, one of our rock stars in leadership.
Good evening. The Perseverance Poem, author unknown. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but do not quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you can never tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. Thank you. We ask that you please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Weather in our area this evening. So we have made a couple of adjustments to our agenda. We'll make sure we point those out as we're going along. But we will not skip over school board recognition. So Dr. Rogers, if you would join me at the podium. So you might have noticed that not only do we look a little different because we're missing our Dr. Mitchell, but we do have some newly elected officials with us. And we actually have one who is brand new. So tonight we have the honor of conducting the school board oath of office for our re-elected and newly elected school board members whose term of office began, they've already been doing the work, January 1st, 2025. Being sworn in this evening are Mrs. Maritza Alger for the South District, Attorney Rebecca Amon for the Central District, and Mrs. Rashina Harris for the North District. So to present the oath of office, please join me in welcoming Newport News Clerk of Circuit Court, the Honorable Angela Reason, who is also like family here in this building. Thank you, Ms. Reason, if you would join us. I'm going to allow you to take the podium.
You leave me here. Hi, Good evening, everyone. It definitely is my distinct honor to administer the oath of office this evening to Ms. Amen, Ms. Alger, and Ms. Harris. Not simply as the clerk of circuit court for the city of Newport News, but most important, as a proud Newport News Public Schools parent of 3 students. So congratulations to each and every one of you. I appreciate the work that you all do. It does not go unnoticed. And while I am not a stranger to the building, I have been here a lot less with you all in office. So I do appreciate your you serving the citizens. If we could start this evening with Mrs. Amen. And do you want your family to join you also?
They're not here. We did it together
Okay.
in December. So.
Anyone? Dr. Rogers?
Theoretically, there are a couple high school finalists tomorrow.
Absolutely. All right.
Correct order.
I, Rebecca Amen,
I, Rebecca Amen,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and to faithfully and impartially
and to faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a Newport News Public Schools Board member
as a Newport News Public Schools Board member
for a term of office to begin
for a term of office to begin
January 1st,
January 1st,
2025,
2025,
and to end
and to end
December 31st,
December 31st,
2028,
2028,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And then we will proceed with board member Alger. I, Marissa Alger,
I, Maritza Alger,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
to support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and to faithfully and impartially
and to faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a Newport News School Board member
as a Newport News School Board member
for a term of office to begin
for the term of office to begin
January 1st,
January 1st,
2025,
2025,
and to end
end
December 31st,
December 31st,
2028,
2028,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Mrs. Harris. I, Rashina D. Harris,
Rashina D. Harris,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and to faithfully and impartially
and to faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a Newport News School Board member
as a Newport News School Board member
for a term of office to begin
for a term of office to begin
January 1st,
January 1st,
2025,
2025,
and to end
and to end
December 31st,
December 31st,
2028,
2028,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you all.
So let's get our newly and re-elected back to the front. Awesome. Thank you so much. Want to do everybody? Great. Let's do that. That's great. We got it. There you go. You gotta act like we like it. One, two, three. All right. Thank you, guys.
We're here for you.
We're good? Okay. Good deal. All right. So I would like to again thank Mrs. Reason for taking time to come and be part of this momentous occasion for us. We do not take this oath lightly. You might have seen that while each member was taking their oath, the rest of us were smiling, knowing what that commitment really is to the city. And so it's a joy that we get to take that from you. So thank you so much. I would also like to take a quick moment to acknowledge the family and the friends of our school members-elect. If they could please stand and be recognized. I know they did come to the podium, but we want to tell you that it's a true sacrifice that you make for us to do the work that we do, and we thank you for that too. So this concludes our 2025 Oath of Office ceremony, and we will continue with the board meeting, and this will be the first adjustment of some this evening. We are not going to have the school board spotlight. I will take a moment if you would like to leave the chambers, and then we're going to start getting right into our meeting. So you're welcome to stay if you'd like to. Okay, so the next item on tonight's agenda is going to be our comments. And so as advertised, citizens may submit comments via email up to 30 minutes prior to our meeting time to be included in the official meeting record. For those of you joining us in person, the board considers this an opportunity to listen to your comments. And please understand that we will consider your concerns. We ask that you comply with our 3-minute time limit. As you begin your comments, a green light will come on. A yellow light signals you have 30 seconds remaining, and a red light and beep indicates your time is up. As your name is called, please come forward. First on our stack here is Reverend Natalie Chamberlain.
Good evening and Happy New Year. I'm Reverend Natalie Chamberlain. My pronouns are she, her. I'm part of a broad coalition of citizens that you see here each meeting. We support equality and the respectful treatment of all students, including trans and other LGBTQIA youth. Edmund Burke is the one who originally said, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good people do nothing." We have been coming to these school board meetings for 14 months, asking that you make changes to policy JBP in order to protect the trans students under your care. I understand that it's politically expedient not to act, yet there are students who need your protection, especially now. Again, the only necessary for the triumph of evil is that good people do nothing. We will continue to be present to remind you choosing to do nothing is not the best choice in the face of evil.
Next, we have Jim Batterson. Should be a familiar name. He sat on this dais and actually in this seat as chair, so we welcome you back to the boardroom.
Mr. Wallen sat over there many years ago. I can't believe we're leaving him in charge of some electronics tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, I grabbed one. Yeah, I didn't grab one when I passed.
Good evening. The issue I bring you tonight regarding procedure JBP is not about religious teachings and beliefs, nor is it about political ideology or medical interventions. It is simply about Newport News policies being true to the commitment in its Journey 2025 mission statement to meet the wellness needs of all of its students. And its procedures support approved policies as written, in this case policy JB, equal educational opportunities. Policy JB addresses both sex and gender. So first, let's differentiate scientifically between sex and gender. According to biologists, the subject matter experts on science of living things, in the world of plants and animals, there are but two sexes, male and female. In the animal kingdom, males are defined as having the physical equipment for and producing small mobile gametes, sperm, while females are defined as having physical equipment for and producing large immobile gametes, eggs. But while virtually all biologists agree that there are only two sexes among humans, humans also display a spectrum of genders, which are based on the individual's psychological feeling or self-identified sexual preference. Policy JB directs this board to attend both to sex and to gender issues, including gender identity, as I've underlined above. Since JBP is a procedure derived under Policy JB, it is expected to support that policy. However, currently this procedure does not support or in any way fully implement Policy JB, and that the current procedure discriminates against certain individuals based on their gender identity, if that identity differs from their sex as assigned at birth. For example, these individuals will not be referred to by the preferred name or pronouns, thus negatively impacting their self-image, mental health, social, and emotional equilibrium. JBP support for such individuals is limited to its state-defined set of transgender students, that is those 18 years old, emancipated minors, and students whose parents have an approved written request to the school system. But the CDC in its most recent National Youth Risk Benefit Behavior Survey tells us that more than 5% of high school students either self-identify as transgender or question their gender. So in Newport News, with almost 8,000 students in grades 9 through 12, we could expect to have more than 400 of these children, with only a very limited subset, those defined as transgender students, in the procedure receiving equitable services from Newport News Public Schools. When compared with cisgender children, these transgender and questioning children were found to be significantly more likely to suffer bullying, experience sadness or hopelessness, contemplated or attempted suicide, experience unstable housing, and suffer a lack of school connectedness. Last month, I distributed a proposed modification of procedure JBP, the adoption of which removed your current procedure toward comportment with its authorizing policy JB, Newport News' Journey 2025, and the Virginia Department of Education direction to equitably serve the needs of all students. I respectfully ask once again that you modify procedure JBP. Thank you.
Thank you. Jackie Batterson.
Madam Chairwoman, school board members, my name is Jackie Batterson, and I am a resident of Newport News. Congratulations. You are all elected board members. It is difficult to run for office. It takes huge amounts of time and energy. It's expensive, and lots of times you have to speak with people you'd rather not. You are not appointed by the mayor and council like previous boards. You are not appointed by the governor of the state, and definitely not by anyone in Washington. You ran for the office, and once you are elected by the voters of Newport News, you accept the responsibility of the job. That responsibility extends to making sure that your policies and procedures address the needs of all the students in the school system. This is not happening. As a nurse manager who has written many policies and procedures, I knew that if it came to our attention that we needed to address the needs of patients in order to keep them safe, that would be our first priority to be addressed. This is not happening in this school system. You have trans students who enter the school every day afraid of being bullied physically and emotionally. There are simple things that can be done. Recognizing and addressing the student by their chosen name and the pronoun by which the student identifies hurts no one. As the former Newport News principal and assistant superintendent, Mr. Henry Godfrey always said, you must always treat students with dignity and respect. Over the months, I have sat through these meetings and listened to the consent agendas for finances, personnel reports, and new and revised policies. Never once has this procedure been addressed. Even in matters by the board where any one of you could comment on or address this issue in any way, it has not happened. Martin Luther King said, "A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice." I will continue to stand here and advocate for these students who deserve the grace and love as every one of the students in the Newport News school system. Thank you.
Reverend Michael Burnett.
Members of the school board, thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to vent a little bit tonight because I'm going to be real honest. I am sick of politics. At least what passes for politics in our present culture. I'm sick to death of multi-billion-dollar syndicates masquerading as political parties, hijacking our well-meaning civic institutions for the sake of sensational socio-political theater, leaving honest-to-God civil servants like yourselves unable to do what you know is best for the people you serve, because it doesn't match the optics and the hollow culture war victories that get folks reelected. Maybe I'm sick of politics because I don't have the stuff that traditionally makes politics go. I don't have money. I'm not going to show up with a six-figure check for you. I don't have connections. I can't make a call and have a vice president of a statewide advocacy group here. I don't have leverage. I don't have blackmail in any of y'all. I can't do any of that intrigue stuff. All I have is the truth. And the truth is that I've watched this board be yanked side by side by whatever party is in control of Richmond, adopting whatever model policies they put out for the sake of placating them and making sure you have the support, because explicitly or implicitly, there's always a threat from Richmond that says if you don't toe the line, you might not have our support. And when Newport News is in as vulnerable a condition as we are, that means kind of a lot, doesn't it? But the truth is that trans and non-binary youth are 30 to 40% less likely to kill themselves if they have even one accepting adult in their lives. And usually that's not a parent. That's often a teacher. And the truth is that procedure JBP, as it is now written, prohibits teachers from being that accepting adult, from using that child's preferred name and pronouns. It pits the well-being of their student against their continued employment. The truth is that by changing a few lines, not by erasing the entire last revision, but by changing a few lines of this procedure, you could safeguard both the safety of your students and the liberty of your teachers, and probably not tick Richmond off too badly. The truth is the folks in Richmond don't know what's best for Newport News students. You do. The truth is that Richmond doesn't get to write Newport News procedure. You do. The truth is it's in your hands. I hope you do what's right for your students and for your teachers. I hope you live into the commitment to serve community rather than party bosses. Thank you.
Adam Morrow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and any others of the board. It's been a little while since I've come up here to talk to you, but thought I'd remind you of the story I shared last time about a friend who spoke in confidence about his sexuality to a teacher, who was then required to report it to parents, who then hurt him. Policy JBP would currently require teachers to do much the same for something that's just as controversial today with many parents. And as was previously mentioned, directly puts many children in danger by denying them the support of an accepting adult, or the potential support of an accepting adult, I should say. I can't speak for the personalities of your teachers, although, to be frank, most who I've interacted with have proven to be upstanding and ethical individuals of high moral character. I'm asking you to be the same and overturn policy JBP. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morrow. Your card says you were going to speak on teachers union.
Changed my mind, sorry.
Okay. I guess we'll see you another time. Mary Voss.
Hello, Mary Voss, NNPS teacher, parent, and graduate, and Secretary of the Newport News Education Association. Good evening, board members, and congratulations to recently elected or re-elected members. The NNEA continues our campaign to win contract negotiations for NNPS teachers and staff. Contract negotiations give staff and teachers a seat at the bargaining table to negotiate for better pay, benefits, and working conditions, such as smaller class sizes, more planning time, more restroom breaks, and seniority and job security. NNPS employees who may be watching, please visit newportnewseducationassociation.com and scroll down to authorization cards to sign. Both members and non-members can sign. Next, I'm going to read some excerpts from the National Education Association's report, The Benefits of Collective Bargaining in Public Education, that highlights how school boards and educators' unions can make great community partners to benefit our students and schools. NEA members negotiate for more than just our economic security through collective bargaining. We are also securing vital resources to help communities bring in more public resources to improve education. The benefits of unionization are crucial to those who work in education. Through collective bargaining, NEA members, and that includes VEA and NNEA members as well, advocate for, union members tend to be more engaged in civic involvement and tend to be more likely to fight for vital public resources to adequately fund our public schools. In good or bad economic times, a collaborative public education employer can better serve students and the community by negotiating in good faith with its union. Basically, we can work together to get better funding from City Council and increase funding from community organizations. Working with a broad group of stakeholders, including parents and other community partners during the negotiations process, NEA affiliates develop proposals to secure critical resources for students and ensure that all students have the support they need no matter what zip code they live in. And by the way, female and minority school workers especially gain from collective bargaining because it reduces wage inequities as well. Finally, I'm going to move over in closing to ask that you protect our most vulnerable students amidst the new presidential administration. Trans and other LGBTQ youth should be treated with respect. Other speakers have recommended changes to JBP that would allow for more dignity for these students who are at increased risk of homelessness and suicide, and who should be protected and not attacked. Our immigrant and migrant students should likewise be treated with respect, and their data should be protected from bigoted politicians. Please protect these innocent children and youth instead of throwing them under the bus to score cheap political points. Right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless who's in the White House. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. So thank you, everyone, for your comments and thoughts this evening. We're going to move on to Section 3, the consent agenda, which includes 3.01, minutes from the special meeting December 17th, 2024, 3.02, minutes from the regular meeting December 17th, 2024, 3.03, financial reports, including the revenue and expense reports for December 2024, child nutrition reports for December 2024. 3.04, the personnel report. 3.05, budget transfer. 3.06, Newport News norms and protocols. At this time, can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Brown. Any discussion? Okay. Sir Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you. Best. 4. Brown.
4.
Harris.
4.
Hunter.
4.
Alger.
4.
Amon.
4.
Searles Law.
4.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you so much. So we're going to move on to Section 4, our action items for this evening. 4.01, FY 25-26 new course proposal. Dr. Rogers.
So yes, if you remember at your last board meeting, we did have Mr. Pankratz come and bring forth for consideration a course to be added to the 2025-26 course guide, and that was AP African American History, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Did I capture that correctly? I hear head nods. I see head nods. Hard to hear head nods. For your consideration, so we ask that you support the proposal.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rogers. Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the FY 25-26 new course proposal.
And do I have a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Alger. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Best. 4. Brown.
4.
Harris.
4.
Hunter.
4.
Alger.
4.
Amon.
4.
Searles Law.
4.
Motion carries 7-0.
That is wonderful. Thank you. So now we'll move on to 4.02 as listed in the agenda for revised policies. Our board works Board members have submitted questions to the superintendent about several of the policies on the action agenda. And so for that reason, we will defer action on the policies to the February regular board meeting, which will give the policy committee time to field those questions that we have proposed. So thank you for that. We'll move on to section 5. Did you have, yes, Mr. Brown?
Madam
Yes.
Chair, I believe because it is enlisted in the action item. To that end, I'd like to make a motion to delay action on item 4.02, revised policies, to the February
Okay.
2025 board meeting.
Yeah, let's do it officially.
And a second.
Okay, we have a second from Dr. Best. Any remarks? Okay. Please call the roll.
Best,
4.
Brown,
4.
Harris,
4.
Hunter,
4.
Alger,
4.
Amon,
4.
Searles Law.
4.
Motion carries 7-0.
Great, thank you, and thank you, Mr. Brown. So we will move on to section 5, reports and information. We were going to have in-person reports for 5.01, the Newport News Public Schools Comprehensive Attendance Plan, and 5.02, Connecting the Dots, Collaborative Leadership for Student Success. You have hard copies as well as a copy in our board docs packet, and it's also available for those who are viewing this evening to review. We do have representatives who can take questions from us at this time, though they will provide an audience for us at a later time if we have additional questions. We're going to also move on to 5.03 in this section, the attendance report, 5.04, the membership report, 5.05, construction report. And board members, you do have a copy of these reports. Are there any questions on those as well? So hearing none, we're going to move on to item 5.06, comments by Dr. Rogers on behalf of the superintendent.
Yes, good evening. Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to begin by acknowledging and congratulating the Heritage High School Band, the Incomparable Marching Storm, for their outstanding performance in Rome during the New Year's Day Parade and Festival in Rome. Over the past year, the band has worked diligently to prepare for that trip as well as their performance. It was truly a community endeavor, and we do extend our thanks to all of the organizations as well as individuals who generously donated to the band's fundraising efforts. We also thank the band's support team, the parents, the band boosters, chaperone, and what we refer to as the Heritage 5800, and that's their the Heritage family for their support. The members of the band represented Newport News Public Schools, the city, as well as our state very well following the parade. The Heritage Band, as well as other invited musicians, had an immersive week in Rome where they visited museums as well as other historic sites. Next, we have the Government Finance Officers Association that has again awarded the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award to Newport News Public Schools for the budget document for the fiscal year 2024. That award is considered the highest form of recognition in governmental budgeting. And congratulations to Scarlett Mento, and she's in the back with her members of her team, maybe? Here, Scarlett? No? She is our Chief Financial Officer, and the budget team for, once again, meeting that organization's nationally recognized guidelines for effective budget presentation. Congratulations. So next we have, this week wraps up the second quarter of the school year, and our middle and high school students are taking exams this week. And well, this is kind of precluding something I'm going to share in a minute, but I do want to remind our families that high school students will dismiss half day Wednesday through Friday. And that is if we're in school Wednesday through Friday. And also on that note, Monday, January 27th is a teacher and staff workday, and Tuesday, January 28th is a professional development day, and our students do not report to school on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And we will welcome all of our students back to school on Wednesday, January 29th for the first day of our second semester. And keeping that in mind, I've been communicating back and forth with our superintendent, who is, of course, not with us today. She's ill, and she did ask me to share the following message to our board as well as to our community members who are listening. Due to the forecast inclement weather, all schools will be closed tomorrow. However, we will have a virtual learning day, and additional details as well as instructions will be shared with our students, families, and staff. And we thank you for your understanding and cooperation as we navigate the details that are associated with this, as well as how we handle exams, where our students have already started taking them today. So thank you, Madam Chairman. That's all I have for the superintendent today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, we'll move on to item 6, another opportunity to hear from the public. Are there any additional cards?
No.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to matters by the school board. It's always a joy to hear from Mr. Verdes, our student rep. So if you would, let us know what's going on.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to share that we had a very productive SAGE meeting, the Superintendent's Advisory Group on Education, last week on Wednesday. And we discussed with Mr. Pankratz a lot of different course opportunities and new course ideas. And in addition, the superintendent, Dr. Mitchell, explained to us in detail the process behind how school cancellation works in inclement weather. And
Finally.
let me tell you, it is not a decision that is taken lightly. There's a lot of research and planning and just so much work behind the whole that goes behind it. I hope that everyone has a safe trip home and good luck on exams for students.
Thank you. Mr. Hunter.
Hello. Welcome. Happy New Year to everyone. Great things are happening in Newport News Public Schools. First, I would like to, again, congratulate Ms. Alger, Ms. Amon, and welcome Ms. Harris as our new elected school board members. I want to thank you, and again, drive safe, and I will leave my time for others to say.
Ms. Amon.
Sure. Well, similarly, Happy New Year, and welcome to Mrs. Harris, and I'm glad to be continuing to serve with everyone and Ms. Alger. I know I have students at home that are thrilled with the news that was just shared, even though I wonder how exams are going to work out, but got a reprieve for one day. So everybody stay safe. Log on to make sure you're not missing anything for virtual learning, and we'll see you hopefully Thursday.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
All right. Well, I'm going to say 3 things tonight. Welcome to Mrs. Harris. Really excited to be working with you in the North, and we were sad to see Mr. Harris depart, but really excited about having you on the board and excited about the work that we're going to be collaborating on to do together. I want to say the same thing that I say around this time, January, every year. Every year that I've been on this board, we have had a raise, and I expect this year to be no different. So we just had our budget work session and went over the budget, and that's what my goal that I'm setting, which is I set it every year, but we'll do raises. And then as well, now it's January, it's time to start thinking about summer school. So we talk about making sure that we think about it early and we talk about it. So I'm all excited and ready to see the plan for summer school, and ready to see how we're going to increase the number of students who are attending summer school this summer, and the students who are doing not only makeup work but credit advancement as well. So I'm excited about seeing that and looking forward to a great 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Ms. Alger.
Yes, I just want to say it's never lost on me moments like what you witnessed in terms of making a promise to the community, and to me that's very important. And I want to congratulate my colleagues for helping us to keep that promise, because we want to make sure that we continue to serve our children and of course our school communities and serve them well as our families. So thank you, and thank you all. And just one little secret that I did find out that we both share the same birthday, and I wanted everyone to know that. And I think that's super special. So I thought that was so cool. But anyway, congratulations, and thank you for sharing my birthday.
That's awesome. Ms. Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to say how excited I am to be a part of this amazing team. It has been a journey, and I'm glad to be on this side of the room. Thank you for everyone that's come out to provide comment and to give us additional information about what is going on and what is important to you. Thank you so much to everyone who's been so warm. This transition has been seamless, and I just thank everyone that's kind of rallied behind me. Welcome to the re-elected individuals. I look forward to working with you and my mentor, Dr. Best. Thank you so much. Already taking phone calls and streaming information. Looking forward to working with you as well, Douglas. It's been interesting already, just all of the different activities and things that I've kind of plugged myself into. I did want to let people know that I'll be hosting kind of like my first event, I would say, with the Winterfest that's going on in Newport News, where myself and Councilman Harris, who is my husband, will be working collaboratively to collect school items for students across Newport News. That's February 1st, so I just wanted to let folks know you can drop off your donations to Denby Community Center or Safe Haven Empowerment Center. But thank you all so much. I look forward to learning a great deal. Orientation is coming up and all of those good things. But thank you, and I appreciate the constituents trusting me.
Thank you so much. We're glad to have you. Dr. Best.
Good evening, everyone. And first, I would like to say congratulations to Mrs. Harris and congratulations to Ms. Alger and Ms. Amon for your re-election. Looking forward to working with everyone on the school board. Second thing is I'd like to congratulate again to the Heritage High School Hurricanes, who really represented us well in Rome, Italy. I actually was supposed to travel with them, but I had a family emergency and I was unable to go with them, but they did a fantastic job, and I just want them to know we're very, very proud of them. The third thing is for students and parents. Even though school is not open tomorrow, students, you still need to get in bed so that you can get up tomorrow morning and be ready to learn. And hopefully you should have books at home, but if not, hopefully you have something from the library so you can do some extra reading tomorrow. But be safe out there. And if it does snow, get out and enjoy the snow. But everyone get home safely. Thank you.
So I'll echo everyone's comments about the excitement. I think when you get new board members or you have board members coming back for another term, there's an excitement that happens and a joy in the work that needs to be done, and knowing that that the newly electeds have newly committed to getting this work done. So I'm very, very excited to be working with you three. This past week has been somewhat challenging for the Newport News Public School family, as we've had community issues that have gone on in some of our locations. One thing that I can say that is very, very comforting to me is to be able to get a call from our mayor or make a call to our mayor and him be in the discovery of how we're going to address what's challenging our community and not siloing it into different areas of the community, but for us to work together. And so that commitment is very energizing for this board. I made the comment to Mayor Jones that it allows us to focus on the work that we have to do specifically for our students, for our teachers, and our community, knowing that he and his team are taking care of the community at large. So I just wanted to make that comment My last comment is to be safe. These cold temperatures are really pretty detrimental. So take care of children, take care of pets, take care of yourselves, and drive home safely. And I'm adjourning this meeting early.